So starting a new habit or eliminating a bad habit is hard, but we go into it with a lot of enthusiasm. We're saying, Monday, I'm going to start this new habit or start eliminating this bad habit. And we start out on Monday and we're pretty successful. We're feeling pretty good. Tuesday rolls around, maybe successful, probably successful. Wednesday rolls around, it's like, I'm probably not going to be able to do it today. By Thursday, you've given up and your habit change is in the trash at this point, isn't it? So that's hard. Now, how do you overcome that hump where you're not giving up so quickly? As a matter of fact, so you're not giving up at all and you can make this habit change happen. Well, today I'm going to share with you a tiny little habit called Don't Break the Chain. And you can see the boxes and X's there that kind of give you a hint about what this strategy is all about. So let's get into how this is such a powerful way and useful tool and strategy for overcoming that hump. So the steps are, you begin by picking a habit that you want to start or stop. So maybe a habit you want to start is journaling, maybe walking, maybe drinking more water. Maybe a habit you want to eliminate is eating junk food, whatever it may be. Pick a habit. So once you've decided which habit you're going to use this strategy on, the second step is to get a tracker, such as a calendar or a sheet of grid paper. And as you can see in the illustration here, just something that has some boxes on it and a series of boxes, like a calendar. A calendar is a great way to use this strategy. Grid paper will work. Something that's visible that you can see on a daily, regular basis is important as well. You don't want to put this in an app or your computer, something that you can visibly see. So once you have your habit selected, you have a tracker. The next part of the process is when this comes to life. And you want to mark an X on your tracker for each day you practice the new habit or avoid the bad habit. So let's say that you want to start walking. And you have decided that walking 5 minutes, which I always talk about, just start small, maybe 2 minutes, but whatever it may be, let's just say it's 5 minutes. 5 minutes is considered success when it comes to walking daily. And you successfully start on Monday, you walk for 5 minutes. What do? You get your tracker out, your calendar, your grid paper, and you put an X on that, maybe for the day that you were successful on your calendar. The next day, if again you are successful at practicing that habit, you walk for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, then that is an opportunity to put an X right next to the previous X on your tracker. And every day you successfully practice that habit or avoid the bad habit, you put an X on your tracker for that day. And the goal, as highlighted right here, is each X is a link in the chain. Make it as long as possible. So you want to keep racking up those X's on that tracker as much as possible. That is the chain of success. Each X is a link on that chain. So don't break the chain. That is the goal, to keep it going. All right? Now, here's the reality. And that is, if you miss a day, start a new chain. There are going to be times, more than likely, some people do this successfully every day of the year, which is awesome. But there are going to be times where you're just not successful at practicing your habit. And if that's the case, you can't put an X on your tracker. You have broken the chain and you have to start a new chain. Now that can be a challenge. We're going to talk about how to overcome that challenge here in just a second, but that is the process. Each success is a link. Build it as long as you can. If you don't have success one day, you break the chain. All right? Don't break the chain. So why is this such a great habit? Why is this so useful? Well, as it mentions there, you see your progress and you stay motivated to continue. So as you have your visible tracker somewhere and you're getting it out on a daily basis to put an X where you are having success for that day, you see the progress that you're making. You see in those X's and that success chain build and build and grow and grow and grow. And that's motivating. It feels exciting to see that you're making progress on this thing that was a challenge, a hump that you had to overcome, but you're seeing the success from doing it by looking at it daily and getting it out and seeing your progress. Now that's one benefit. Another reason why this works is that you learn to focus on small wins that add up. So when you're making a habit change of any kind, what tends to happen? You see this mountainous challenge that you have to overcome. And it's just so much. But what you realize by doing this is that making that change is done by small, tiny steps. And you are seeing how that happens through the progress of building your chain. And you focus on those small wins, you stick to those small wins, and you make habit change happen. All right? So here's the challenge, though. The number one roadblock from practicing this or practicing any kind of habit change, and that is highlighted here under number one roadblock, is missing a day, breaking the chain. That's going to happen more than likely for most people. And when it happens, it can be discouraging. You're like, man, I went for 20 days or 30 days or even 5 days, and I didn't complete my habit successfully today. And so you've broken the chain. So how do you deal with that? Well, oftentimes it's easy just to say, well, I missed today, and then tomorrow comes and you think, well, I didn't do it yesterday and kind of just don't want to do it today, and you miss 2 days. And then it keeps going and you spiral down to the point where you're no longer doing any of it. And so the key, and this is an important mindset to have, is that you may miss 1 day, but never miss 2. You may break the chain, but get right back up and start a new chain the next day. Be successful. Don't give up. Don't let a chain of unsuccesses happen, all right? So when you're practicing a new habit, adopting a new habit, giving up an old one, practice this idea of don't break the chain. Try it. See if it doesn't work for you, all right? And I'd appreciate it if you'd like or share this video if you found it useful. And I'd also be interested if you could comment down below maybe how you are using this habit, ways that you're using it in unique ways, and the successes that you're experiencing as a result. All right? So I hope you found this useful, and I hope you have an amazing day.